All right, hello and good morning, everyone. We have a new setup here. Let's hope and pray that it works. And we are going to try and Nuzlocke Pokemon Sword. Now, what's going to set this Nuzlocke aside from every other Nuzlocke challenge is I'm awful. So we have never actually successfully beat a Nuzlocke in Pokemon Sword. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try. I did do a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Legend Arceus, and we managed to get through that actually pretty well with just Bidoof. So, yeah, we've done it once. We're gonna try it again. I figured it'd be fun to go back to Pokemon Sword and Shield and try the Nuzlocke here. So the Nuzlocke rules pretty standard. We must go to the first question mark, catch whatever that is. Only one per area, and once they faint, they are gone forever and ever and ever. I think the farthest we've ever made it is like the 4th gym, because again, I'm pretty much a pretty awful Pokemon trainer, so let's hope and pray we can get a little bit farther this time. Welcome in, everyone. Glad to have you here. As always, when you start a Nuzlocke challenge, you've got to sit through all the obnoxious movies, videos, and all that. I will turn that off as soon as I am able to, but for now, unfortunately, we have to wait for the Pokemon trainers to finish yapping, for Leon to finish bragging about being the best. And it is true, he is the best in this universe because I am, once again, a absolutely terrible Pokemon trainer. So, if this one fails, we did do a Pokemon challenge before that I absolutely loved, that I absolutely adored, and that was a egg lock, where all you, the random viewers, sent me random eggs, and I had to try and beat the game with random eggs. JJ, good morning. Hello. How's it going? So if I fail this Nuzlocke, I think that's the next one we're going to do is the egg lock, because I had so much fun getting the eggs, except for when y'all sent me like some really terrible Pokemon. Hi JJ, can you not hear me? Let me let me see if I can fix this. Give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Okay, it is working. Sorry, I just wanted to double check, make sure you could hear me. So yeah, Egglock is in our future as well, as long as y'all don't send me the terrible eggs that I got last time. I do not know what starter we're going to do. Fisher Plays, welcome in. Good morning, everyone. Hello. I don't know what starter we're going to grab. Maybe we'll roll a dice for it to keep it random. But maybe we should just grab the best starter, since I am pretty awful at these, as we've said. I need all the help I can get. I need all the crutches I can get. I can't even remember like typings. Like, I have to still look up the typing chart. So, okay, we can play now. Let's go to options. Good morning, Fish Plays. What's new today? How's it going? Let's... Options, we're going to go fast text speed, battle effects are going to be off, battle style is set to set, send to boxes manually, we have to give nicknames, we don't need the gyroscope on, yes, autosave, show nicknames, and skip movies on. Okay. As always, the Nuzlocke does not begin until we get our first Pokeballs, which means we can lose the first rival battle if we truly need to lose. It's been a while since I've played this game, so I don't remember everything we need to do, but we're going to grab the stuff and we are going to go begin our Nuzlocke journey. Let's see. What are we going to get to start with? This one has Is it Sprigatito? Is that Pokemon? I can't remember. It's been so long. It's been so long since I've played the game that I can't remember what the starters are. And as promised, we will be getting Pokemon Diamond and Pearl at some point. And here's going to be the interesting thing. I have never played Pokemon Diamond or Pearl at all, ever. So I think it would be fun to Nuzlocke it the first time, just because, like, you can only experience a game for the first time once, right? So if if I've never played the game before, going into it really completely 100% blind might be a really cool way to play the game and get to experience it in a way that many people haven't. I thought that would be really cool. Good morning. Hi. See some more people saying hi. Hello, hello. Welcome in. What starter should I choose, y'all? I really don't know. I'm awful at this game. So if you were telling a new player who is absolutely awful at this game which starter to choose to give them the biggest advantage, which starter would you say is the best? Because I need the handicap. I am that bad. So if y'all got any advice there, which one is the best starter in theory? Or in practice, I guess, not in theory. Theory does me no good. I need to know which is the absolute best starter. Yes, everyone's talking to me. It's wonderful. Your brother's so rich and powerful and great. What are the starters? You know, I'm struggling to remember the starters myself. I'm pretty sure it's Sprigatito, right? Sprigatito, no. Maybe? No, Sprigatito's the new one, isn't he? See, I can't even remember. We'll know in a second, I guess. I was skipping what everyone was saying. Now I don't remember what we're doing. What are we doing? Wasn't paying attention. We have to go back to our house for the Wooloo getting stuck in the forest. Is that the... Man, apparently I don't play enough. Okay. We're back on track. Is it Inteleon? Is it the frog sniper dude? Like it's the Owlet, Inteleon, and Cinderace. Those are the starters. Hey, I got it eventually. It's the soccer rabbit, the owl archer, and the sniper crybaby thing. We got it eventually. We figured it out. Alright, these guys talk forever and ever and ever. And they continue talking. I was watching a Pokemon video about Charizard not long ago, and someone said that Charizard was originally supposed to have a male and female variant form, and it was supposed to be the horns on their head. Apparently, female Charizards were going to have only one horn on their head, and male Charizards would have two horns on their head, which I guess sort of makes sense, because, like, Charmeleon has just one horn, right? But also, like, I'm so glad they didn't do that. That the design looked a little derpy with just one horn. It definitely looks a lot better with two. So definitely glad they went that route. But I do like the male female variants. But I was also like, Nido King and Nido Queen, how like they were completely separate Pokemon instead of just gender changed, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think they definitely... I like the variant forms, but I like it when it's still considered the same Pokemon. Alright, so here's the three we have. We have Grookey, the Scorbunny, and Sobel. I need the best starter. I think most people think that the Scorbunny is the absolute best. Is that correct? He's at least the most popular. I'm pretty sure it goes Scorbunny, Sobel, and then Grookey in terms of, like, actual strength. Probably popularity, too. Poor grass starters. The grass starters are always absolutely hated for no good reason. Like, the grass starters help so much, especially in the early generations when the first gym is Brock. Like, why do we hate on the grass starters so much? All right, we're going to go with Score Bunny. That's what I'm thinking. Score Bunny is probably pretty good. So, all right, let's name our Score Bunny. As per the rules of every Nuzlocke, we have to have a nickname for every single Pokemon so that we are more attached to them when we lose them. Fun, welcome in. Good morning. So I will give you a second. If anyone's got a nickname, please keep it chat appropriate. Grass starters are buns. See, that's what I'm saying. Everyone hates the grass starters, but I love the grass starters. Bulbasaur and me go way, way back. Me and Bulbasaur. Name it Hopper? Alright, we'll go with Hopper. I love my Bulbasaur. I know he's not the best, but I love him regardless. Alright, so we gotta do our first battle with Hop. It does not matter because we do not have our Pokeballs yet, so this fight we could win or lose. Doesn't matter. Squirry. We will be catching more Pokemon here soon. I will always take recommendations from chat. Just don't get too attached to them. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how bad I am at Pokemon, so I will be losing these Pokemon quickly, so don't get too attached to any of them here. Alright, so we're going to do our first battle, and then we're going to go see a legendary in the forest, and then we can finally start the game and start catching our Mons. As soon as we get through all these videos. We're at 12 minutes of streaming already. That is so outrageous how long it takes to get started in a Pokemon game. Like, I know people complain about the tutorials. I know people say, oh, it's for kids, so you have to have the tutorials. But we're at 12 minutes and we haven't even really gotten to play the game yet. That is way too much intro stuff. Okay, here we go. First battle with Hop, and we're going to have all of, what, 2 options? Like Scratch and Ember or something? Nope, we don't even have that. We just got Tackle. Alright. Remember, no items. You like Squirtle? Squirtle is a classic. The weird thing about Squirtle, evolving into Blastoise. So Blastoise has, like, those giant metal guns on his back. And that was such, like, a strange Pokemon design, because so few Pokemon had things like that. And now we've gotten, like, Pokemon with swords and things like that. But of the original 151, Blastoise always felt like he didn't quite belong with, like, the metal parts. And then we got the steel types, of course, and that changed and gave us a lot more metal things. But Blastoise always felt like, to me, more like a Digimon than he did an actual Pokemon, just because of the metal. Which I made a video about Digimon the other day. Why did Pokemon do so well and Digimon just, like, failed into obscurity? And so many people told me that I was wrong, that Digimon did not fail into obscurity, that it's doing its own thing, but, like, I haven't seen a person talk about Digimon in forever. Like, I know there's, like, the little Tamagotchi Digimons that you can get that are, like, fun little toys, but I don't think anyone would seriously even consider Digimon a competitor to Pokemon anymore. So it disappeared into the obscurity pretty bad. And a lot of people, when I asked about it, they said it was because, like, the evolutions are so many and so confusing. Because, like, you can catch one Digimon and it can turn to, like, 10 different things. Which, that's kind of cool, but also annoying, I guess, if you're trying to get very certain things. But also their designs, like, to me as a kid, Digimon was way cooler. Like, the designs looked way, way, way cooler. But I also understand that, like, they're kind of, like, every Digimon now turns into, like, an Angel or Super Ubermon or something, right? They're not as grounded, I guess, and that's not as cool to me anymore. So I don't know if it was just like it's cool for a kid, but not cool anymore. I do wish we would get a Digimon game that was like Pokemon, though, a modern one. I think there has been Digimon games that have come out, but I'm pretty sure they're like a totally different style of game. But I honestly haven't tried one, and I know they haven't come out in what, like 5 years, 10 years. It's pretty old now, so maybe I should actually go out and try it before I complain about it. But you know, I will. I will try. I'll add to the list. Actually, I got to go get. The next game on the list is Red Dead Revolver. I have to go get Red Dead Revolver for a game review. And then we talked about that we need Pokemon Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl. So once those are done, then maybe we can look at the next game on the list, which will be a Digimon game. We can try it, and then we can complain about it after we've actually given it a shot. All right, first Pokemon down. Hopper is doing well. What game is this? This is Pokemon Sword and Shield. It is not the newest Pokemon. The newest one currently is Scarlet and Violet, and then before that was Legend Arceus, so it's a little bit older. I thought about doing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but if I remember Scarlet and Violet correctly, there's not any like random battle encounters, so it's a little bit harder to Nuzlocke because, well, there's no randomness, and that's a big part of like the Nuzlocke challenge, right? Is the overcoming the randomness. So I think maybe I could do an egg lock, and I might try that, where like a bunch of people will give me random eggs in Scarlet and Violet. I think that would be a way I could Nuzlocke it, but I picked up Sword and Shield. I used to Nuzlocke this one a lot, but I never actually won it, so I thought it'd be fun now that I got some of my stuff working again. I'm trying a few different things here. Trying the whole PNG tuber thing now that I've got some different art. Trying my capture card out, even though it has never been a good capture card. And just seeing what works and what doesn't work. But I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me as we go through the beginning of the Nuzlocke, the most boring part of the game. We're at almost 20 minutes and we still haven't even started the Nuzlocke challenge, so I know that is boring. I wish we could skip this. Wish we could skip it all. I wish we could just jump right into after the tutorial, so to speak. That is the one thing, like, everyone always has like their big bad list of things that they want out of a new Pokemon game, and it's always like a national dex with every single Pokemon, or more variant forms, or things of that nature. I would love if the next Pokemon game gave us the ability to say, I've played Pokemon before. Don't bother giving me the whole spiel. Just let me enjoy my Mons. What's the Nuzlocke challenge? So, Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge is a challenge that was created by the community that is supposed to make the game harder. So, the way the rules work is when you catch a Pokemon, you must give it a nickname so that you are attached to it in some way. When your Pokemon faints, it is gone forever. You have to go throw that Pokemon in the trash because it is considered gone. You can only catch one Pokemon per route, so you're limited in the Pokemon you can get, and you have to catch the first Pokemon that you run into. So you're randomly assigned Pokemon. If the Pokemon escapes or you accidentally knock it out, you don't even get that Pokemon. So it makes it very hard in that you've got limited amount of Pokemon. You don't get to choose your Pokemon, and you have no items in battle. And the battle style is set to sets, so you don't even get to swap your Pokemon out when you knock someone out. So it really makes strategizing much harder and really increases the difficulty of the game. Now, there are some people who obviously can do a Nuzlocke with their eyes closed, and those people know Pokemon very well. I do not know Pokemon very well, so that does not work nearly as well for me. So, for me, it's a lot more random luck and learning the game. But like once we get our Pokeballs, the actual challenge starts, and you'll see where like the first thing we run into, that is just the Pokemon we get, and we don't get any other Pokemon. You have to be much more careful of being knocked out or fainting just because of the effect it can have on you. Losing a Pokemon permanently and only having a certain number of Pokemon makes the game much, much harder. Alright. Y'all finished talking already? Can we finally start the game? No, we can't. We have to go talk to Mom first. We have to get our Pokeballs, and then we can catch our first Pokemon. This is your first time trying the challenge? No, I've done quite a few Nuzlocks before. My favorite Nuzlocke I did on Pokemon Legend Arceus as a Bidoof lock, where we tried to beat the game with only Bidoofs. And that was a huge challenge and a lot of fun. I've done quite a few Pokemon Sword Nuzlocke challenges, but I've always failed them. I have never gotten far in the Pokemon Sword challenges. I also did Pokemon Infinite Fusion, Pokemon Fire Red, and Ruby and Sapphire. I think Legend Arceus is the only one that I've ever actually fully completed. And I think that's just because that game is much easier. And again, I am terrible, so we're going to try. We're going to try our hardest to beat this one. First gym is the grass gym, right? So we should be okay with Score Bunny, at least for the first gym. So these overworld encounters don't count. What we need is a question or that exclamation mark encounter. That is the one that we need to encounter. So this is the first encounter. So our first Pokemon is going to be a Blipbug. That is the only Pokemon we are allowed to catch on this route is the Blipbug. And he will now be our partner for life. Not great, but there's not like a whole lot of choices along this route either, so Bug it is. I'm pretty sure this route has a 100% catch rate, so we don't have to worry about not catching this Pokemon. But you do have to keep an eye on your Pokeballs. Because if you run out and you can't catch it, then you just don't get to catch that Pokemon. It is just gone forever, and you are now down one extra resource. Alright, let's name the Blipbug. We're going to go with what we're all thinking, which is disappointment. Disappointing. We did not want a bug. I would much prefer like the route bird or even a Squoval. But oh, sorry, Fish. I just saw you put that one in there. There's a little bit of a lag on like the play to chat, so I don't always get to see it. So I apologize that I didn't see that. Okay, so we're going to Wedgehurst, which I think is that the train. Do we have to take the train somewhere? I'm pretty sure it's the train. Maybe not. Yeah, we can't go through there yet. Okay. I'm pretty sure we have to go to the train, and then we can get a lot more. Oh, the other rule that's very excellent for Nuzlocke that can come in a pinch. If a Pokemon is shiny, you are allowed to always catch shiny Pokemon regardless of the other rules. So if we happen to encounter a shiny, then we will have a little bit more Pokemon options. So We keep our fingers crossed and hope for shinies because they give us more Pokemon we can catch, and they're cool. Again, the only shinies I've ever caught are in Pokemon Legend Arceus, and that's just because it's so much easier, to find shinies there. So, I've never actually encountered a shiny in a mainline Pokemon game. I don't think. Trying to remember all my Nuzlocke challenges if I've run into any. Are you allowed to use the shiny Pokemon whenever you want? Yes. If I can manage to find a shiny Pokemon, it is allowed to be caught and used whenever. But we're also not allowed to overlevel areas, so it's not something that I can just sit there and like grind and grind for. It's just kind of if luck is there, if the luck gives us and says you are allowed to have this Pokemon, then luck has it. We're allowed to use it. But I am not lucky with shinies, so we don't have to worry about that, and we can't breed Pokemon either, so we can't use any of the was it like the Matsurubi method or whatever it is on how to get more shinies. So the chances of actually encountering a shiny are pretty low in a Nuzlocke challenge, but it's a nice little, if it happens, it happens, right? All right, we've got our Pokedex. Thank you for the potion. We can't use items in battle, so that's not like super helpful, but thank you anyways for trying, Mr. Trainer. All right, Hop. Yes, we can heal at the Pokemon centers. Go figure. Oh, excuse me. All right. Sorry, I gotta hand sanitize here really quick. There we go. All right, Hop. Of course. Don't tell me about these. I know all about it. He's heading to Route 2. All right. Let's heal up, and then Route 2 will officially be a different route, so we can catch another Pokemon. Maybe we will buy some more Pokeballs first, just to ensure that we got it, that we have enough Pokeballs to catch all of the mons we're going to run into. I think Route 1 is the only guaranteed route. Route 2 still has a pretty high chance, but I don't want to risk it. So let's grab an antidote just in case. We don't need revives. He doesn't sell Pokeballs, so I guess we're going with what we got. It's good that you got nicknames for the Pokemon because it makes them even better. Like, does it change their stats? I know the whole reason between playing the names on there is supposed to get you attached to the Pokemon, so you care about it. Even though like Pikachu's like the most beloved Pokemon of all time, and he never got a nickname in the anime, did he? He was just always Pikachu. Oh, we found a revive. That's useless. We'll sell that for some money. And this is Route 2, so let's catch our first Pokemon. Oh, also, another Nuzlocke rule. You're not allowed duplicates. So now that I've caught a Blip Bug, if I run into another Blip Bug, then I do not have to catch the Blip Bug. You don't have to catch duplicates. So that way you don't have a whole team of the same Pokemon. So what's it gonna be? What are we gonna get? Oh, that was not a random overworld. I did not see his head there, so this one does not count. We will have to try again. See, he's like a water ground type, but I don't think he actually knows any water moves, does he? I'm pretty sure he just knows tackle. So we should be good. Eliminate it. I did mess up on this one, so... Okay, he does know water guns, so that is not good. So, Blip Bug, come out here and help me take out the Choodle. Okay, that did 6 damage, so that's not good. And that didn't do any damage. See, this is where I was saying that I'm a terrible Pokemon trainer. Because I didn't realize he was going to water gun me. I probably should have just taken the water gun again. So now the Choodle is going to kill Blip Bug, and we are already going to lose our Blip Bug. Unless I get like a critical hit here. No critical hit. Come on, Blip Bug, stay in there. Nope. Okay, we lost Blip Bug already. As I have stated many times, I am a terrible Pokemon trainer. So we already are down a Pokemon. And we almost lost our first fight after the Nuzlocke. That was embarrassingly terrible. Let's go heal up. Put away the bug, and hope for something better than a bug type. I would like a Choodle. The Choodle's pretty good. So I would not mind if we were able to catch one, but knowing my luck, we're gonna get absolute garbage. Heal my Pokemon. Tell me I'm a terrible Pokemon trainer for losing a bug already. Okay, thank you. Check my boxes. And in you go. RIP disappointing. Yeah, that's my bad. He never got a chance at life because I was his trainer, and I am the worst of the Pokemon trainers. Changed my sad state. We're sad for the loss of our Pokemon. Okay, we're looking for an actual exclamation point here. That was an overworld fight, so that one does not count either. We're just having some bad luck getting the actual fight we need. Okay, Rookity should not have anything that is effective against us. Dex is here! Dex, you missed it! You missed me losing my first Pokemon already. Okay, it's Leering. we lost our first Pokemon already. We're doing a Nuzlocke challenge and we lost a bug on the first route because we're awful, terrible Pokemon trainers. That's why we're sad, because we're terrible trainers, terrible pet owners. Okay. Let's see. Before Route 2? No, we just hit Route 2. We caught the Blip Bug on Route 1 and then lost it on Route 2. Okay, there's an exclamation point. We already caught a Blip Bug, so we can't catch Blip Bug again, so this one we can't catch either. Which is probably for the best considering how terrible you are, Blip Bug. You were very disappointing. You made us very sad. So we're just going to go ahead and bonk that Blip Bug into oblivion. Harvest its delicious XP. Okay. I already caught a Blip Bug. We can't catch another one. Nuzlocke rules say that I already ruined. Here we go. Exclamation point. Another... Another Blip Bug. Disappointment 2.0. I think you owe it the dignity of a worthwhile death. We critical hit that one, so even if we wanted to catch that one, it's gone. You're out of here. Bye, Felicia. Okay. Give me something other than a blip bug. Okay, a C dot. That is terrible as well. Out of all the things we could have caught out here, I think a Rookity, a Zigzagoon, would have been nice, but we got the C dot, so this is what we have to catch. Stop haunting us, the ghosts of Flip Bug. All right, C dot. Name it Acorn. All right, Acorn it is. What does C dot even evolve into? What does he turn into? The grass type. I guess that's okay. We didn't mourn him enough. Alright, Acorn, join the team. All aboard the disappointment train. Like that Thievul right there. Thievul would have been really good. Zigzagoon is a pretty good normal type. So I had options. There were options available to me. And I think we got the second worst option, which is the Acorn. It turns into Nuzleaf and Shiftry. Okay. Well, I guess we needed a grass type, so we'll make it work. Alright, so that's all we can catch on Route 2. I'm pretty sure the first gym leader is like level 13 or level 15, so we have to be careful. We don't want to level too much, so we're going to try and avoid some fights. Actually, the Choodle is honestly what I wanted. The Choodle would have been great to catch. But, Acorn it is. Oh, we could have also got the Electric Dog. The Electric Dog would have been a nice little thing to have there. So, alright, our first trainer battle. Let's absolutely decimate this kid. No mercy. A Squovet. Alright, I'm pretty sure my Ember does, like, nothing against these guys, so we're gonna stick with some quick attacks, maybe? I can't remember, does Scorbunny have a good special attack? Yeah, that did some damage, so that wasn't terrible. Alright, look at that. We did a whole trainer fight without messing up. Now give me all your money. That was actually another really fun Nuzlocke challenge we did. We did a Pokemon Team Rocket run, which was an absolute blast, and the gimmick around being a Team Rocket run was after defeating a trainer, I could choose to, quote, steal one of their Pokemon, and I could only use stolen Pokemon, so it was really fun to have to use, like, what the trainers were using. He's a physical attacker, so Ember is not good. We burned the birdie. We sent that bird back to the coal mines. Grab those potions. Go over here. Pokeballs. Take on a trainer. Last Lauren. A Choodle. Okay. Choodle ruined our day last time. I think we can take one hit from it, so let's try and get some damage off on it. Let's growl it down. Okay. Let's get a little bit of damage off until it water guns, and then we're running. It shouldn't be able to one-shot me with a water gun, so revenge. Wow, this Pokemon trainer is worse than me. Everyone knows you use water against fire, right? Like... Alright, we took her out. Bonk goes the Choodle. Revenge. And a level up for Acorn. Now give me your lunch money. Thank you. You sure you want to do this? I was very confident in my decision. I only make the best possible decisions when it comes to Pokemon. Hey, Blipbug! We cannot escape our haunting past. We did you dirty, Blipbug, and we are going to do you dirty again. Goodbye. See, had we chosen... If we would have chosen Grookey, though... If we would have started with Grookey, I would have had to swap out during the Blipbug fight, and our Blipbug would still be alive. So, like... I blame Scorbunny for this one. Had I had a grass or water type, we would not have been weak to Water Gun. We wouldn't have been scared, and we wouldn't have had all this happen, so... In all reality, this is Scorbunny's fault. Alright. Route 2 is done. And now we've got to battle our rival. So we're going to use a potion really quick. Just because we can't afford... We can't afford to lose anyone. Or does he heal us up right before we start? Did I just waste the potion? I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've played. I probably just wasted that potion. Okay. They're talking. They're talking. Watching videos. They're talking. These are some rich little kids, right? I don't know. Japan is pretty cheap from what I've seen. Emmy and I just went to a Daiso store, which is like an import store, and a ton of their stuff was super, super cheap. Remember, Beatty is going to destroy you in the cave. Yes, our rival Beatty absolutely decimates me every time we play this game. Beatty is the worst. Because she is... I can never remember. Beatty is a he, I think, right? Beatty, he always has that little weird Pokemon that's like covered in water, but it's not actually a water type, and it always tricks me and decimates me. So that is the one that always gets me. I can never remember what kind of Pokemon that thing is. It's like Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo always gets me, even though it's in the name, it's fake wood. I always think that it's a tree grass type, and then I send out a fire type, and then I get smashed into oblivion. I despise Sudowoodo so much. Alright, starting with the Wooloo. We're just gonna light it on fire. Not doing very much. And we're going to go for the quick attack just in case, because we need to outspeed it so we don't take any more damage. There goes the Wooloo. I'm pretty sure Wool is pretty fire resistant, so I don't think fire should be effective against the Wooloo, but it works. It works well enough. And Grookey we can set on fire, and that works very well. He's gonna poke me with a stick. Good job, Hop. You managed to poke me with a stick. Acorn wants to learn Growth, but we have Harden, Absorb, Astonish, and Tackle. Let's get rid of Tackle. Tackle's pretty awful. We'll keep a Ghost move just in case. It's a pretty awful Ghost move. It's like 10 power, so not great, but better than a normal. And a Rookity. I think we can take down the Rookity. Nice. Critical. It's gonna bite me. And critical me back. And Quick Attack will finish this one off. Perfect. Alright. We're 2 routes down. We've already had our first casualty. Now the game is going to open up here in a second, and we'll be able to catch something else, and hopefully we will not have any more casualties. Put Acorn in? See, the problem with swapping Pokemon is you lose a move on it, right? Rookity looks like Lucario is a bird. And that is what makes it so hard. Like, usually when you knock an enemy Pokemon out, you get a chance to swap your Pokemon in, right? So it gives you a chance to really strategize around what's coming next. But with the battle style swapped, that means that I always lose a move if I want to change Pokemon. So it makes the wanting to change out much harder, which is why we lost Blipbug, because if Blipbug would have gotten a free move, we would have been okay. Alright, we got our Wishing Star. Hard mode, catch the Onix once you enter the wild area. I'm so sad that Onix is a bad Pokemon. Like, I like Onix. I've always liked Onix's design, and I feel like he's just terrible at everything. Onix deserves better. Alright, these guys are talking and talking and talking and talking. So much talking. Why is there so much talking in a Pokemon game? Give me my cool wristwatch, I guess. Onix is fire. Honestly, I would love if you could make Onix like... I would love him as like a fire snake or electric snake. I know Steelix makes him a steel snake, but I feel like they could do a lot more. Like, Eevee can turn into so many different things with like the Eeveelutions. I feel like a lot of Pokemon could probably benefit from having the option to choose into different elements like that. Okay, we're going to Wedgehurst Station. That's where we're going. Okay. Running back to town, because we can't fly yet. Hoping for some rare Pokemon. And some shinies. There's a Choodle. Well, we ran into the Zigzagoon. Gonna look at me funny. Lower my defenses. That's okay. We'll take it out before it hurts me, I think. And Quick Attack to finish it. Goodbye, Zigzagoon. was kind of hoping you'd be shiny, but you know. What are the odds? Like 1 in 4,000 or something, so I don't think we're gonna experience shiny Pokemon this run. Raccoon would have been a good name if we could have caught him. Well, we're about ready to go to the first new area, which means we are going to be able to catch something. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna take a look around. Got Swift. Took you forever to hunt a Zigzagoon or a shiny Zigzagoon? I hope you mean a shiny, because a regular one, they're not hard to find, right? Alright, our mothers are here. Hello, mothers. Give us some more good stuff. Okay. Go straight to the Isle of Armor and catch something. Isn't the Isle of Armor like level 50? I'm pretty sure it'll one-shot all of my Pokemon. Okay. The wild area. This game is the reason I refused the Masuda and Scarlet Violet. That's like the Ditto method, right? Okay, here we go. We are in the wild area. So, let us catch our first Mon. And we'll have to check our map because the wild area is broken up into segments. So we can catch multiple Pokemon in the wild area, but only one per segment. So we need to make sure that we check out the map really quick. Yes, they're talking. I just want to catch Pokemon. Spend hours running in circles. I will never understand the shiny hunting. I take no pleasure in shiny hunting. I know that some people do. I do not understand it. Put 1,700 hours into this game. At least you can move them to like the Pokemon Box home thing, right? So you can keep moving the shinies around to other games if they're in that game. Okay. Let's look at the map. Okay, so we've got the station. This is one area, so we can catch 2 Pokemon. On our way there, we got the rolling fields where we can catch one, and the East Lake. Let's see what we get. In the rolling fields, we've got... oh, nope, don't. Leave me alone, B. There's the Onyx. Jar of honey. Jar of dirt. Okay. Combis, leave me alone. I am here for... no. There we go, this. Okay, our first Mon is a Bonsweet. Okay, another grass type. That is not good. That is not what we want. But that is That is what we have been dealt. Onion. Pokeball. Go Pokeball. Hold down and B, as that is, of course, the effective way to catch Pokemon. All right. We caught our second Nuzlocke. Forget an old move for double kick. Yeah, let's get rid of Tackle. All right. Bon Sweet. You shall be Onion. Protagonist Jalen, welcome in. How are you doing today? Alright, we have Onion in the party. We can catch one more for this Nuzlocke challenge right now, and that is going to be in the the East Lake area up here. Love Waffles, you subscribed. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. We do love waffles here. Thank you so much. Let's see. What are we going to get? Is this the East Lake area? I'm doing pretty good this morning. I'm unfortunately just about done for the day. We're going to have to get ready to go do some chores and do some work today, unfortunately. But it's Friday, so, you know, the work week's almost there. Okay, we're in East Lake Axel. It is snowing. So we have a chance of catching something snowy, like a Vanillish, maybe? Or a Snorunt. Usually you can find like a Vulpix out here, which would also be super, super helpful, but we take the cards as they come, right? So, best team ever, Onion, Acorn, and Hopper. Let's see. Nope. It is a Snorunt? Snover. Okay. This is the one we get. I'm more of a Crepes guy. Okay, so Fighting and Fire are both super effective against Ice, right? So we want to avoid one-shotting this guy. So, oh, Quick Attack did almost nothing. And he froze us. And we're getting hit by hail. Okay, we're in some trouble here. Score Bunny. Unfreeze. At least both crepes and waffles are better than pancakes. I don't think we can take another hit, so Acorn. Okay. A little bit of hail. That's okay. Wow, that does nothing. Okay, we're in some serious trouble here. Astonish does basically nothing also. And its Ice is super effective against grass. We have learned something. We have learned something here. We have learned once again we are awful at Pokemon. Alright. We have a choice to make. We have a really hard choice to make here. We could use Ember, which I'm pretty sure will one-shot him, and we won't be able to catch him, and we will be down our Acorn. We could throw a Pokeball and try and catch him, but if that Pokeball fails, this run is basically over, as we will have lost our lost our hopper already. I've seen his Nuzlocke before, never underestimate his recklessness. So the question is, do we want to gamble on catching this icy monster who just destroyed our acorn? Or do we play it safe and ember it and just take our losses? A part of me wants to gamble, but a part of me also says I can't end a Nuzlocke here already, right? Like, that would be so embarrassing. We lost the Nuzlocke before we even got to the first gym. That would be real embarrassing. Alright, chat says to kill it. But the question is, do we listen to chat? Do we listen to common sense? Or do we throw the Pokeball and hope for a miracle? There's fishing in Hammerlock. I can fish. Alright, we're gambling. Go, Pokeball. 1, 2, 3. Oh! I told you all. Look at that. We lost our acorn, but we got the Snowball, the grass ice. You are going to be designated as lucky. All right. You all doubted me, but look at that. Look at those skills. That's what separates me from the Pokemon Masters. The sheer willingness to make the gambled plays. I could have finished him off, but then we would have nothing. Now we have a grass, an ice, a fire, and a second grass. And honestly, Acorn wasn't that big of a loss, right? Like, he's a grass type. We got a grass type, so I think that actually worked out for the better. I think we actually did pretty good there, if I do say so myself. We did it. We gambled and won. Alright, let's heal everyone up. Let's put Acorn away. Check boxes. Alright, Acorn, you can sit in the graveyard with disappointing. And now we save our progress. Now I've got to go do chores and work, unfortunately. So I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out and nuzlocking with me first thing in the morning. Thank you everyone for the follows, the likes, all that. I do appreciate it. But I have to go to work and do some chores, so I will try and continue this Nuzlocke challenge tomorrow. was a pleasure to meet those of you who are new, and we will see you again tomorrow morning, hopefully. So fingers crossed for that. Have a great day.